Hi, cutie pies. I am Lanikia. You are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. All right. Excuse me. Excuse me. Today is Friday. Yay. December the 8th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a solid, like it had its moments, but for the most part, for me, it was a solid, like 6.5. This is going to be a really fast review. I actually overslept and I have a meeting to go to. Completely forgot about the meeting and then I overslept. So this is going to be a really fast review, but I wanted to go ahead and get it out. So we start off with, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We start off with Johnny and EJ. So they're in the Demira mansion and they're just talking about everything that's went down. And as they're speaking to each other, they start talking about Nicole's mental health and how, they were hoping that he would, EJ was hoping that seeing the baby not be heard, the results coming back that the baby is not Nicole and EJ's baby. They were hoping that everything would work out for Nicole as far as making her believe or understand that, their baby is gone. But he just says, Johnny says, "Do you feel like it got through to her?" And he said, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it did last time, and it didn't. So Nicole's mental state is very fragile. And at this point, Nicole comes in and she hears this, and so she's like, "You think I'm crazy, EJ? Is that what I hear you saying?" So Johnny, of course, is just like, I don't he doesn't want any part of this. So he's like, "All right, I'm gonna leave y'all alone so you can talk." So EJ and Nicole do talk, and he tells her no, he doesn't think she's crazy. He's concerned about her, because he wants to know that she has accepted that their baby is gone. Not as far as, okay, you're over it, but as far as we can start the mourning process of it, so that we can begin to move on, and that we can try to heal. And so she says, you know, I know that Eric's baby is not mine. I'm aware of that. It just felt like it was mine. And so she starts explaining what she's going through at this time. And so EJ is listening to her, and she understands that he also lost a child, and she doesn't understand why they can never have a child come together. Like, why does this always happen? And so he tells her, he was thinking that they could try again. And Nicole said, "What?" And he says, we could try again. When you got pregnant this time, everything was going okay with the pregnancy. Maybe we could try again. And Nicole just told him, "Listen, EJ, to be with me, you got to understand that I'm not going to be able to give you a child. That last time was a fluke. Like, that was not supposed to happen. I'm not going to be able to give you a child. And are you going to be able to accept that?" And of course he can. He just excuse me. He just knows it means so much to her, so he was willing to do it again. But they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. Let's move on. Oh, let's move on for now. Okay, so then we go over here to Holly and Chanel are talking. Chanel, we never. Well, we have been in the sweet bits. We have been in the back part. We never get to the front part. But anyway, so Chanel's outside of her restaurant peddling her goods. I say, girl, why do y'all make them do this? Why can't y'all give a storefront for this? Like, so you bake all your stuff in your restaurant and then you come outside to sell it all. It doesn't make sense. But okay, let's move on. So Chanel is outside selling her sweets and pastries, and Holly comes up and they're talking, and Holly says, "I'll take two, please," and Chanel gives her three. And she said, one is, another one is to apologize because of how she treated. Well, she's given her two to apologize about how she treated her, because she thought she liked Johnny, and she's really sorry about that. And Holly was like, "Oh no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool." And then she said, "Oh, your mom used to like this pastry, so I'll give her one." And Holly said, "Well, that's actually a craving she was having while pregnant, so I don't want to give it to her because she's not taking everything well, and it would remind her of the baby." And Chanel's like, "Oh gosh, I hate that the DNA test results turned out that she wasn't the child's mother. She was really hoping that some kind of miracle would happen for them." And so Holly is just talking to her, and then they talk about Tate and how Holly likes him, and she said, "Well, you did like EJ, because Holly tried to say, liking my stepbrother would be cringe." She said, "You did like EJ." She said, "That was a long time ago," and Chanel was like, "Listen, I'm not judging because I've liked some people that I shouldn't have." hmm So, anyways, let's move on because that's pretty much it with them. So then we see Chanel and Johnny talk. So when Chanel and Johnny are speaking, so when Janelle and Johnny, excuse me, so when Chanel and Johnny are speaking, I don't put their names together. They're talking about everything that went on at the house, and she was like, "Oh, poor Nicole. Like, I really want those results to say that she was the mother." He was like, "Yeah, I did too." So they talk about that, and then he tells her, "What are you doing next Friday?" And she said, "Why?" And he told her, it's their it would have been their wedding anniversary, and he wants to do something special for her. He was like, "Is that corny because we didn't actually get to stay together?" He was like, "Never mind, it's corny." And she was like, "No, no, no, I like it and everything." So I guess they're gonna do something special, but y'all know it's not gonna work out, so we'll see. So then moving right along, we go over here to um Tate and Roman. And so, okay, so they're talking, and Tate is asking for the afternoon off, and he says, "Why are you trying to take Holly out?" Johnny told me y'all are together. He said, "Yeah, but my dad doesn't want me dating. He wants me to focus on working. I should have told Johnny that so he wouldn't tell people." And Roman's like, "My lips are sealed and everything." And Roman is actually on his way out because he's going to see the baby. Eric and Sloane's baby. Well, yeah, Eric and Nicole's. So Holly comes in, and let me tell you something. Seeing the way Holly is acting, I said, "Oh my gosh, I was a horrible child." Like I could see the teenager in her, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, was I like that as a teenager?" I think I had some characteristics where I was whiny. Oh, child. I mean, when you're going through it, you just feel like you're the most. Come on, it's a teen. You feel like you're the most important person in the world. Nothing like this has ever happened to anyone else. When you think about it, like you feel so mental. But anyways, so Holly is being passive aggressive to Tate, and so he's like, "What's going on? Oh, you're sitting with me. Okay. Wait, why are you acting like you're mad at me? Are you mad at me?" "No, Tate, I'm not mad at you. Why would I be mad at you?" He was like, "I don't know. Maybe because I told them that I pretended to be your boyfriend. You put your arms around me without my consent, and you did this." It's like, girl, you're annoying me, child. But it's the teen story. You got to get into it, right? So he tries to apologize for it, and she said, "Well, you could make it up to me because I'm supposed to help Johnny with this whole thing. This gag anniversaries he's having with Chanel next Friday, and you could make sure Chanel never gets there." And he was like, "Girl, I don't know, like I don't really want to do that." He doesn't want to be involved in like breaking up their relationship. He was like, they really like each other, like they're grown and they want to be with each other. Why are you trying to tear them apart? And she was like, "Okay, take fine." And so he agrees to do it, but he says you have to do something for him in return. I said, "Lord have mercy." This is the teen storyline, baby, but it is what it is. You have to have these kind of storylines on the soaps because you're trying to engage a different fan base. So it might not be for all of us, but it is what it is. Let's go over here to Sloan because she's over here just as happy as she can be. She got the man, she got the baby, she wife, mother, job. She is just as happy as she can be that everything turned out. Everything worked out for her. So then Eric comes through, and he was like, "Oh, you," because she's working and all that, and he was like, "You want me to get the baby?" And she was like, "No, no, no, everything is fine." And he was like, his dad is coming over, and she was like, "I know, I put on some cookies." He was like, "You did fresh baked, like you cookies from scratch?" And she's like, "No, these are ready to bake. All you have to do is put them in the oven." Okay, girl. And so Eric is just like, "Man, Eric, I'm so happy. And you thought the baby wasn't gonna adjust to you, and I love seeing you in this element." And she was like, "I love being in this element." And it's cute with them, y'all. It's just what it is, what it is. And so then Roman finally comes over, right? And so when Roman comes over, he sees the baby and he talks to Sloan and listen. Roman goes and he sees that baby and he told Eric, maybe I'm just imagining things, but the your baby looks like you when you were born. Like it's in the eyes. I said, baby, if this baby already looking like Eric, what you gonna do when he get older? Oh, this is a mess. Sloan was looking like, okay, Roman, let's move on. Let's move on. But anyways, he ends up thanking Sloan because he said, I know it was hard on you when you lost the baby and you were the one who told Eric you wanted to adopt. So I know everything was hard on you. So I'm so happy that you talked him into this because now Eric is a father, and that's all they ever wanted was Eric to be a dad. And so they're growing a little connection. I said, child. And he also says, and I'm glad Nicole was able to see that this wasn't her baby, you know, that your children couldn't be hers. So anyway, Sloan ends up having to leaving, so Eric and Roman talk some more, and that's exactly what they were talking about. How they feel bad for Nicole, but Roman is ecstatic that Eric is a father. They've been wanting this forever, and that's pretty much it. They were just talking about how happy they are. So then Roman ends up leaving, and Nicole is there. He does tell her, so they're not going to charge Dimitri for murder because he did see that, and she said no, they're not going to charge him for it um, at all. She got him off of that, but he gets charged with everything else, and Leo got to go free. And she said, she wished she had taken her maternity leave because being with the baby is making her want to stay there more and everything. But then she gets a phone call and she has to leave, and she was about to leave out the door, right? And Eric said, "Oh, I missed the phone call." So he listens in on it, and it's the lawyer telling them he's sorry that the adoption fell through. And Eric said, "What is he talking about, Sloan?" Because the lawyer left a message. I said, "Why is he calling Eric? Was it Sloan's phone and she left it? Like, who was it? Sloan's phone and she accidentally like why? Why is the lawyer calling Eric?" But anyways, he was like, "Tell me, what is he talking about, Sloan? What's going on?" I said, "She's gonna have to talk her way quick out of this one." Anyways, so we move on and we see Leo and Dimitri talking, right? And Dimitri tells Leo everything about what's went on with him. Um, and the baby, because he said Dimitri's in prison at this point. And I said, you just walk into this prison, right? This is the most lackadaisical prison system I've ever seen, but it is what it is. Days is days. So Leo just walks in, and Dimitri's chilling or whatever. I guess you could say they had already set up or something. So when he comes in, he says, "You got to tell me what exactly went on with Nicole and this baby, and because you didn't finish the story, you just told me the baby was alive." And so, excuse me, he tells him everything about how he brought the baby to Melinda and Sloan, and he said, "Melinda's in on it." He was like, "Yeah." He said, "I really thought they were going to turn the baby in." And then when I came back, I found out that Sloan kept the baby. And so he said, Leo was like, "Well, why don't we tell the truth? Because Nicole and EJ are mourning a baby, and this is a way to get out of this." And Dimitri tells Leo, "Listen, Sloan was our lawyer, and I didn't want to tick her off, so I let it go. She got you free, which is what I wanted, and then she got the murder charge dropped off of me, so it's all good. It might not be what we wanted, but I mean, it's the best thing that could have happened. And so you were able to go free, and I'm here for however long I'm here, and that's it." And he was like, "But Nicole and EJ," and he was like, "You're gonna have to get over that, Leo," because Leo said he doesn't know if he could keep this secret, because he feels bad for Nicole and EJ and the baby because he helped birth that baby, and for them to think that the baby is dead, he doesn't know if he could keep that secret. But Dimitri tells him, "Leo, you're so sweet, always growing unconscious, but you need to keep this secret and blackmail Sloan." And he was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yes, you need to get what you need, whatever you need to do so that you can survive, because I obviously he's probably not going to be on Lady Whistleblower or anything anymore. So you need to survive however you can." And he was like, "Okay." And so then Dimitri tells him, "Goodbye, Leo." And he says, "Why are you saying it that way? I'm going to be back to visit you." And he was like, "I know, but just in case, I'm just saying it." And so Leo ends up leaving, and then Dimitri does say, um he wishes Leo the best when it's just Dimitri there. So I don't know, is this the character exiting the show? I guess I don't know. So then Nicole, it was with EJ earlier, and he has to go to work and the meetings and stuff. So she said she's gonna sit down and watch Lady Whistleblower, read Lady Whistleblower because she kind of misses. I said what? Okay. So then there's the doorbell or knock at the door, and so she was like, I'll get it. And when she opens the door, it's Leo. So we'll see what goes down there. He's not gonna tell her the truth. At the end of the day, he's not gonna tell her. But y'all, it is the weekend. Be safe, be blessed. I will see you on Monday. I'm gonna do a different format on Monday where I show it and then I go into the recap because y'all be confused. Like, oh my gosh, how are y'all confused? This confused. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed, be safe, and I will see you on Monday. Goodbye.